She was the first to be taken on a breezy summer day in August 2002. Michelle Knight was 21.
Michelle told my niece that she was going to use the payphone and that she would come back to my sister's house, which she didn't. That was the last time Michelle was seen.
That day, Michelle was offered a ride home from Ariel Castro, but instead he took her to his home. For 11 years, she was held captive in his house, trapped like a caged animal, beaten, raped, and mentally abused. It seems the longer Michelle was missing, the more invisible she became.
When you say the name Amanda or Gina in this neighborhood, right, everybody knows who you're talking about.
Right.
But nobody knows the name Michelle.
Nobody knows Michelle.
Why is that?
It's like we forgot about Michelle. It's like, did she ever come back home, or whatever happened to Michelle? And then, like, after that kind of stuff dies down, you don't think about it anymore. Nobody ever wondered about Michelle Knight anymore. We just figured she just went on about her life.
People here forgot about Michelle in part because the Cleveland police removed her name from the FBI's missing persons database just 15 months after she vanished. At the time, she was locked away in Castro's home. The FBI has said it couldn't find her mother and was unable to confirm Michelle was still missing. Michelle was an adult at the time, too, another reason why authorities, even her family, thought she may have just wandered off. Michelle's broken family didn't help spotlight her case either. In fact, her own brother didn't even know she'd been abducted. Before she was kidnapped, according to the Cleveland Plain dealer, Michelle spent most of her life here on the city's west side. Those were happier days when she fed apples to the neighbor's pony and helped her mom in the vegetable garden. Michelle reportedly dreamed of becoming a veterinarian. Back then, she had a nickname too, Shorty. Life got messy about 4 years before her abduction, when she got pregnant. Michelle dropped out of school to have her baby, but lost custody of the toddler after her own mother's abusive boyfriend injured the child. Why Michelle was taken is anybody's guess, but she may have had it the worst during her years inside Ariel Castro's house. According to the police report, Knight told officers Castro got her pregnant too. She said he starved her for at least 2 weeks. Then he repeatedly punched her in the stomach until she miscarried. But when Amanda Berry was pregnant, Castro turned to Michelle to deliver the baby. Michelle told investigators Castro threatened to kill her if the baby died. When the baby stopped breathing at one point, Michelle did CPR, likely saving both their lives. Michelle's mother says she wants to reunite with her daughter, but was stonewalled at the hospital where Michelle was recovering.
I'm thrilled, and all I want to do is hug her and say, I love you.
Her mother's lawyer told reporters Michelle has, quote, lived through hell. Then, referring to her mother, said it was hell for her, too. Now 32, nobody is asking anymore what happened to Michelle Knight. We all finally know the horrible truth.
How is she doing? Do we know?
Well, Anderson, the woman that we interviewed today told us that she's doing okay. She's a good friend of the DeJesus family, and apparently Gina DeJesus and Michelle Knight really bonded in captivity. They're like sisters, and the DeJesus family is apparently asking her to live with them and offering her to live with them. But she has a tough road ahead. She's going to need facial reconstructive surgery after all the beatings that she allegedly took in the home of Ariel Castro. She also has hearing loss, which is part of what Reuters was reporting tonight, citing those 2 sources with direct knowledge of what happened inside that home. Reuters, Anderson, also reporting that both Michelle Knight and Gina DeJesus appeared gaunt when they left that home. They had bed sores as if they had been in that same position for long periods of time. They were also reporting that there were not only chains but dog leashes, Anderson, hanging from the ceiling of the basement. And you remember that these women had told police that Ariel Castro had chained them up in the basement, Anderson.